Hey, I'm Sam. I run a branding agency here in Melbourne. This is our office, still coming together, and the team, and yeah, it's been a wild few years, but I've kind of got here from first turning down a big consultancy job with one of the big four in Deloitte, going to work for a bar, having a bit of a quarter life crisis, and yeah, now we're here, a couple of years into building an agency. But super keen to chat to you more about it and go grab a coffee and dive deep into it. So yeah, it's been here a few weeks in Richmond in this particular office, but going back a little bit, it's been a bit of a journey to get here. I think, yeah, if we go all the way back, it kind of all started basically, yeah, when I was like 20, 21, towards the end of a business degree. And I was like, pretty much like every good business student, I was on track and on pathway to go be a good management consultant, wear a suit to work every day. And yeah, I was fortunate enough to actually be offered a lot of internships at the big four firms, and did one at Deloitte, which then led to me being offered a grad job towards the end of it. And I remember that being a pretty pivotal moment in all of this, because I remember a specific phone call with my dad where it was like, hey, I've just spent 8 weeks or whatever in this dream job, in this dream internship. They've offered me a job, but I was just miserable for like the whole time I was there. Like nothing about it, set my heart on fire. Nothing about it made me excited or passionate. And it's kind of crazy to think at 21 or whatever I was, be like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing for the rest of my life? Am I supposed to be genuinely miserable forever? And that's something I'm super grateful for, like super thankful that, I've got an awesome support network with my dad. And he was basically like, hey, there is a hell of a lot more to life than this. If you're already this miserable, nah man, pull the pin and figure out what next to do. So, yeah, that's kind of what we did. And then, I was a little bit stuck there, having a little bit of a crisis at 22, and then went and enrolled in a master's degree because I was like, well, I've studied for this long. I guess that's all I really know how to do. And then we got halfway through a master's degree and then had the same realization, like, what on earth am I doing here? So almost same phone call about a year and a half later with Dad, and he was like, mate, same advice for you there. So that's when the real quarter life crisis kicked in, because I pretty much was like, all right, cool, I'm done uni now. I have no idea what I want to do, where I want to go. So I guess we'll go work at a bar. Yes, then I properly had no idea what I was doing, and that's when the real quarter life crisis kicked in. And I was there. I'd graduated from one of the best universities in Australia with 2 bachelor's degree, had half a master's degree from the best university in Australia, and I'm like, okay, I literally have no idea what on earth I want to do. So I went and worked at a bar. And for anyone in Melbourne, especially if you've ever been in your early 20s around the city area, you definitely have been to the SB, which is an institution to say the least. But yeah, I worked there for about a year, just going real back to hospo life, and that was in a lot of ways so much fun. Like one of my best mates now, who I've known for 5 or 6 years, I actually met them there, which has been really cool. So I just learned so much, and just like had a massive reset of life, and realized that, okay, cool, there's so much more to any of this than just actually like grinding in something that you hate. But like everything, that kind of got to a point where I'm like, all right, how long can I be doing 4 or 5 a.m. finishes after pouring nothing but beers and vodka lime sodas for every 19 or 20-year-old drunk person in Melbourne. So yeah, great experience. Yeah, and then from the bar, just kind of got to the point where it's like, all right, cool, I need to start flexing that intellectual muscle a little bit more, a bit of creative muscle as well. So that's actually when I started applying for like, more like advertising strategic agencies like that, which was cool. I spent a bit of time in a really exciting one in Melbourne that focused on like behaviour change advertising, combining everything I learned in consulting world and the creative world that I always thought I kind of had in me, trying to figure out, how to kind of actually change people's behaviour on a mass scale through strategy and creative, which, funnily enough, has been obviously a weird kind of perfect first step into what we do now. Then from there, like, I was working at this agency, some really, really cool work, really like some big clients, which taught me a lot around like just the agency setup and the agency structure and how that all kind of works. But I think at the time I was a little bit impatient. I was probably like 25, 26, and having run and grown this agency now for the last couple of years, being a bit older, a bit more mature, I think I look back on that version of myself and realised like I was probably part of the problem. Like I was just very naive, very like impatient, and getting really frustrated at a lot of like the way the agency was run, the way like how we weren't growing. Like I could see so many different opportunities. So actually resigned from that, I don't know, probably 6, 7, 8 months in, whatever it was. And then I was like, okay, cool, well, again, what the fuck do I do now? And I actually have like a good mate of mine who I'd helped, with bits and pieces on before. Lockie, he was running Burst at the time, and at that time they were kind of doing bits and pieces of what like a standard brand agency would do, like basic logo design, basic website stuff. And I sat down with him and I'm like, look, I think I'm going to start my own thing. Like I can't do any more time of being miserable like with people managing me that I don't think quite had the right intentions of me, my career, for the business we're working in, which I look back on now, again, very ignorant and naive of me, but that kind of transpired into a conversation of me coming on board to run a little bit of that current business and see how that went, and then which has transpired into now like me owning the agency side of Burst while he still owns the activation side. So it's turned into like an awesome partnership that's kind of flourished over the last 2 or 3 years, which has just been genuinely like really, really serendipitous. It's kind of like, I'm not a big believer in destiny or fate or anything like that, but fuck, it's pretty cool how like the pieces come together and just it's kind of like aligned into me now being able to do what I absolutely love to do and working with some awesome, talented, exciting people like Lockie and his team as well. Fucking got coffee all over my shirt. So it's been a cool transition. We've been in so Lockie and I were sharing an office back down where we grew up for the first little bit, and me and my team have just opened now our second location, so in Richmond here, which has been awesome. So Lockie and I have always been really big on making sure that we still had a presence to like support businesses and brands down where we grew up, because we love the area, but also recognizing the opportunity to grow and get in touch with like a broader community up in one of the most prevalent creative hubs in Melbourne, especially south side technically in Richmond. So that's been awesome. We're about a month in now, so you would have potentially seen before like the office. It's one of the biggest learning curves I've had is how long, expensive and difficult it is to set up a brand new office, but shout out to Telstra for taking up hours of my life. But that's been awesome. Really can't wait to see how it all kind of grows.